Hey guys, so wannabe Australian here. I got some stuff here because, well, okay, so before I was making a SepticSam for the septic art thing, and I made him, but the issue was after I put up my rough model and I had taken care of it and waited for it to dry, and got it for 2 weeks, and then I start layering it on to get rid of the cracks, then I put on the second layer and everything to make sure it's nice and smooth and stuff, but the issue is that it shattered. So what we are going to do is now we're going to make another one, but this time it's going to be a little bit different because we're going to be making one with absolutely no reference pictures, and I'm just going to see if I can just do this because at this point I'm not as much into all the care and detail, but I will try and make it nice. So I'm gonna put this as part 1. Also, I will be doing a giveaway from my Twitter at Lonely Planet Pluto. No spaces, uppercase, first letters are uppercase, and just DM me if you want it, and I will send it, I guess. For now, we're just gonna be making this, and the second part we're gonna paint it, mostly because I'm too lazy to actually just splice it together. So I'm just gonna make the video now and then have the second part come out when it's done, because again I'm too lazy to wait, so I'm just gonna do this. Now last time I started making the body a little bit first. So because of that, I made the body first and tried to put the tail on by sort of putting out the strands and putting it across and sort of using a toothpick and my thumb to sort of smooth it over. But because I did that, it kind of added more cracks. So I'm wondering, I was thinking I'd probably try and make the tail first this time and see if that could alleviate see if that might be able to get it on without all those issues. But after having just started this, I'm kind of curious if I could do the body and the tail at the sort of at the same time. So I'm gonna give that a try. So I got my cylinder thing here. Now I just kind of twist the back. It's hard though because this is drier clay, so I might have a little bit more trouble molding it all together. But we'll try this for now. If it turns out it's too dry, then I'll have to grab some. Then I'll grab some more that is less dry. Because, yeah, I think I might have to try and grab some more that's less dry because I don't know. Let me see. Do we have any that's a little bit better here from my clay bag? Right here. This is what I'm using right now. This is my modeling clay. So we're going to try and use some of this. See if we see. It depends though if this is dry enough, if this is less dry to where I could model it correctly or whatever. Because then I might have to water this down and get it a little bit less dry. This is probably better to use for right now though, because for this model, because it's probably it's a lot less dry. So so it's less likely to just get all gross. I'll have to water this down, heat it back to make it so it's less dried out and everything. So I'll just drop that in there, work on that, do that later. Right now, one second. Right now though, we have this. This is what we're going to use for our base model. Now, the thing that I want to try really is because the tail's the most annoying part, because getting it into that small sort of wiry shape takes a little bit more, it's a little bit different because to do it, it's more likely to just crumble when you're doing that. because when you're putting it in there, it gets super crackled. It gets covered in little holes, little pock marks, and little divots and cracks and all those things, and so it's more likely to just fall apart. So you have to be very gentle and kind of smooth it a little bit better. And I'm thinking, and because of the way that I did it before, that caused it to be so fragile after I had finished with the drying process, it sort of, I don't think I used enough. Like, I think I didn't do it. I should have done it first so that I could put the pots, so I could have more time to actually make sure it was good and like smoothed over and everything. Because as you can see, it's already getting little cracks right there and everything right there. As you can see, the little cracks, so you have to be very careful and make sure those are smoothed over as you're going. But the way I did it before is I just sort of added some little sort of tendrils across the clay that I was going to use, and then turned it into the tail from there. But now, if I just use my thumb like this, I can create the tail like this without having to actually put it on and then try and do that, because then it's more like, because then it's just going to get covered in cracks. If I do it like this though, and kind of shape it like this, because this is probably not how long it's going to be. It's going to be a lot shorter, but because of the way that you want to do it to make the tails, you don't want to try and have a set length, because it's always, because when you smooth it over to turn it into the tail shape, it's always going to end up shorter than what you originally imagined, because when you're shaping it like this, you're kind of putting it into a sort of roundy pyramid sort of shape, like a cone. And when you do that, it makes it so that the end part will normally end up with a point that's that's not at the end. So that way you can just kind of pull it off and then smush it with your fingers down into the way you want it. So if I do this, I can move it so it actually sort of has it, so I can guide it with my thumb and kind of make this shape the way I want it without having to make the body first, because the body is the easier part, because all I have to do is make sort of a sphere and then smooth it out. So this part, you just kind of have to be very gentle and very caring, very patient, and just kind of keep it smoothed out there. Here, let me make sure this is right. Okay, just making sure that was working right. Now, you want to make sure you're sort of continuing to smooth this out, because it's a bit of a longer process. I think what I'll do here is I will well, it depends if I should make it uncut or if I should time-lapse this part a little bit. I think I'm probably gonna make it uncut, just because I like being able to just sit and talk or whatever without having to do that. But at this part it might get a little boring, so I think I'm gonna fast forward here. So fast forwarding in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so we have kind of our basic shape here, and it's sort of like that. Now, this isn't the 100% definite shape, but it's just about the shape that we're going to use here. Now, This is going to be a smaller one, which is good because you probably don't want it to be super big, because then you have much more cracks, much more work to do when you're finishing the final product. Here, let me just here. There we go. Now that we've got our tail, just boom, boom, boom. Now that we've got this, we just go like that. Smooth that out a little bit more. There we go. Now, just need a proper body. So, for this, really, all you really need to do is make kind of a ball, in all honesty. So, I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it into a, oh yeah, ball shape here. Here. I don't know what I try to do. I tried to make like the sexy sack noises. Oh no, that went to a weird place. Anyway, I meant sacks, but whatever. Let me just do this. You gotta get this into a nice ball here. See, the earth is round. Right now, basically you just want to get this into its nice shape here. Now, these little areas here, these cracks, it's very, very important to make sure you got these covered. 'Cause that's also why it's hard to work with clay that's even just gotten a little bit dry, because then it gets so many cracks that even when you go to smooth it over, it just gets covered in more cracks. Like this one's starting to get a little bit dry, but it's okay because it's wet enough. Like it's wet, it's moist enough that I can work with it. So I can just do my little thing here. Here, let me just this right here. Sometimes something you can do is take some extra clay and just sort of smooth it over the area like that. That way it's less of a hassle. Because then you can just do something like that. Do that. That's the issue with this clay though, is I have trouble getting into these basic shapes like a ball, because it's good that it's I don't know, it's weird. I think this is more paper based that I decided to try, and it's kind of a thing here. Here we go. Just smooth this out right there. See, just smooth out those cracks. Like that. Now, the reason this side's a little bit wonky is okay, because when I'm smoothing this out like this, I'm going to smooth it out over in this direction, because this right here is about where the actual front of the septic eye is going to be. So right here is going to be okay, because that's where I'm going to have my thing, which is basically, like I said before, where you put extra clay to smooth it over. So I'm going to use that, because then I can smooth over with the bottom of it and connect it. So yeah, that little piece there. Alright, so basically just smooth it over real nicely. As you might notice, as I do that, it's making this a little bit more round and making this go more into a cone sort of shape, which is what you want, because then I can flatten that out into sort of a bowl kind of thing that can go up around, the bottom of the base of the tail to smooth that over. And this is more of a rough model too, because again, I'm doing this without any sort of references or anything like that. And this is more of a speed thing, because I'm just want to see if I can do it quickly and still make it look good. Here, let me just shuffle it like that. Like that. Huh, my camera's making a weird sound. I'll have to check that out. We're still rolling, right? Yeah. Alright, so let me know in the comments though if the camera, because this is a weird camera angle that I'm trying, and I'm not sure if it's working as well as I want it to. So I'm just going to assume that it's working, but please let me know in the comments if it was obscuring, or if it wasn't very good, or if I should probably change it. Basic things like that. Just kind of get that nice and smooth. Kind of press that on the palm of your hand there, palm of my hand, whatever, our hand, whatever you want to say. And then this piece, let me just put a little bit of clay over this to kind of go over. Crap, it's way too dry. That was a dry piece. Bad idea. Here, let me just... that. Here, let me just this real quick. And again, just as a reminder, I will be giving this away. So if you want it, just make sure you go to my DM me, message me on Twitter or whatever at Lonely Planet Pluto. No spaces, all first letters are uppercase. Just let me know if you would like to have this, and I will send it to you. people out there who out there listening. See, now I'm just smoothing this over onto here. I mean, I don't really know what you'd do with it if you want it and I send it over. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what you would do with it. I mean, I guess technically you could use this little paperweight or just set it on your desk. That's always an option, right? Your little desk, Sam, for good luck. Just just like that. Now, like that. Let me just smooth this down onto here. That over like that. Again, like I was saying earlier, it wasn't gonna be, probably wasn't really gonna be the final shape, because as you can see now, I'm smoothing all this together into one, into the tail. So like I said earlier, that was not the final shape of the tail, not really. So I just do this. Also, thing about actually, when you message me on, if you message me on Twitter to tell me if you want it, say like, give me a little reason. Tell me what you would use it for. I want to know. Not really because of any actual real reason other than I'm curious, and it might help me pick who's gonna get it. Although I'll probably just give it to the first person that asks, because not very many people would probably really care. Here, let me just slice out like this. That. Oompa loompa oompa dee doo, oompa doompa doo. There we go. Got my little tail here. This is my base model. I might work on it. I'll probably work on it a little more in the next episode, but so far, not too bad. It's a lot smaller than the one I made last time. The one I made last time was a lot bigger. Okay. Now I just need to fatten this a little more. Alright, let me just do that. This right there would be our little base model. I'm going to work on it a little more in the next episode, of course. So, I mean, it's not 100% absolutely finished, done dealio or anything. But, you know, so let me just add a few more finishing touches and then... There we go, I guess. It's a bit crap right now, but it'll be better. So, I mean, again, if you want it, it will be there. Just go to my Twitter at LonelyPlanetPluto, uppercase, first letters uppercase, and send me a message. Tell me, give me a little reason why you would use it, and then I'll pick a winner here. But, well, like what you would use it for, I guess. And of course, this isn't the exact finished model because, again, this is just kind of a base model for the beginning here. But when I'm finished, it'll be pretty sweet. For now, though, this is it. Pretty smooth, I would say. Alright, let's go put it upstairs in the drying tub. Hoppa! Oh, crap. Oops. Bye.